Understanding Russia's take on NATO's engagement with the Asia-Pacific region. In recent years, the NATO alliance has been expanding its engagement with the Asia-Pacific region. This decision has been driven by a range of factors, including the growing economic importance of the area, the strategic military significance of the region, and the increasing role of China in global politics. However, as with any significant change in global politics, the reaction from other players, including Russia, must be taken into account. Russia has long been an important player in international politics, and its perspective on NATO's engagement with the Asia-Pacific region is critical in understanding the wider impact of this strategy. In this article, we will explore Russia's take on NATO's engagement with the Asia-Pacific region and its wider implications. Russian perspective on NATO's engagement with the Asia-Pacific region. From Russia's perspective, NATO's engagement with the Asia-Pacific region is viewed as a strategic move designed to contain its global influence. In recent years, Russia has been expanding its own military capabilities in the Arctic, a move that has been interpreted by many as a challenge to NATO's military presence in the region. This has been compounded by the growing hostility between Russia and NATO following Moscow's annexation of Crimea in 2014. According to many analysts, Russia views NATO's engagement with the Asia-Pacific region as a direct attempt to counter its own influence in the region. The Kremlin has accused NATO of trying to encircle its borders and has warned that any move to expand the alliance's presence in the region could lead to a military confrontation. However, it is important to note that Russia's opposition to NATO's engagement with the Asia-Pacific region is not solely based on the threat it perceives to its own interests. The Kremlin is also concerned about the wider implications of NATO's expansion in the region, particularly in relation to China. Many experts believe that NATO's engagement with the Asia-Pacific region is designed to counter China's growing influence in the area. As one of Russia's major trading partners and strategic allies, China's growing power is seen as a major threat by the Kremlin. Therefore, it is not surprising that Moscow views NATO's engagement in the area with suspicion. Implications of Russia's opposition to NATO's engagement with the Asia-Pacific region. The implications of Russia's opposition to NATO's engagement with the Asia-Pacific region are significant. Firstly, it risks further exacerbating tensions between Moscow and NATO. As relations between the two sides continue to deteriorate, there is a risk that any move by NATO to expand its presence in the region could trigger a military conflict. This, in turn, could have wider implications for global security and stability. Secondly, Russia's opposition to NATO's engagement with the Asia-Pacific region could make it more difficult for the alliance to achieve its strategic goals in the region. As a major player on the global stage, Russia's opposition could make it more difficult for NATO to gain the trust of countries in the region and could hinder its efforts to create a more cohesive security framework. Lastly, and perhaps most significantly, Russia's opposition to NATO's engagement with the Asia-Pacific region risks undermining global efforts to tackle some of the major security challenges facing the region. These include, amongst others, the ongoing dispute over the South China Sea and the threat posed by North Korea's nuclear weapons program. By refusing to engage constructively with NATO and other key players in the region, Russia risks exacerbating these threats and could ultimately make the region more unstable and insecure. In conclusion, understanding Russia's perspective on NATO's engagement with the Asia-Pacific region is critical if we are to fully appreciate the wider implications of this strategy. While there are valid concerns about NATO's intentions in the region, it is important to recognize that Russia's opposition is also driven by a range of factors, including its own strategic interests and concerns about China's growing power. As such, it is important that all sides engage constructively in dialogue to address these concerns and to promote greater security and stability in the region.